doing awesome. Today we're going to do another story. Now this story name is the housewarming party, and so Raj and Nina, they moved to a new neighborhood. Finally they have gotten their dream home, and it was a very long wait. They waited all their life, about 35 years, to get a home. So they purchased the home with their own money. They didn't have to take a loan or anything, and they had that plan throughout their life. They didn't want to borrow huge money. So this house was worth it, everything. The house was very beautiful. It was something that they really liked it. And so after they moved to the house, it was the day came for housewarming party, because they had to do a prayer ceremony, and they had to call all their friends to visit their home, as the friends have gotten a house years back, and they were waiting patiently to see Raj and Nina's house. So they called all the friends, and the party was during it was about a lunch, which was like a late lunch around 4 or 5 p.m. So everybody came around 2 p.m. and they had the puja ceremony for house blessing. And then after that, they started eating around 4 or 5, and by the time 9 o'clock everybody left, because the party is supposed to be for the whole day and not at the night time. It wasn't late night party or anything. And now Raj and Nina were very tired since they worked all day to prepare for it. So everybody was gone, and Nina was putting away all the food and everything. A lot of the guests took a lot of food because they ordered a lot of food and made a lot of food. So there were food everywhere. So Nina was just gathering up everything, and Raj went to clean up the upstairs, because guests went upstairs to see and sit and eat. So there were a lot of people in the house. So then he saw a beautiful lady sitting on the bed, and there was no one there. Everybody left actually. So he thought that someone still didn't go. So he said, hello, is there anything I can get you? Do you need anything? And she just didn't say anything. She smiled, and then he said, I don't think I remember you, your name. And then she smiled, did not say anything. And then to this, Raj was like feeling uncomfortable, because she looked extremely beautiful, but her beauty was sort of mesmerizing. At the same time, it was making it a crippling effect on Raj, where he was feeling like he couldn't move, and all he could do is just stand there and stare at her, which seemed very uncomfortable for him. So he said, oh, okay, let me go get my wife, so she might know you, or she will talk to you. Then he went downstairs to call Nina, and she called. He called her, and then she came with him. And by the time this lady vanished, so he said she was there just a few minutes ago. She was sitting on the bed and smiling. And then as Nina was gone, she was like, oh, stop playing games with me. I have so much work to do. I think everybody left. No one is in the home. So they checked everywhere to make sure no one is left behind. Everybody's gone. It seemed like all the cars are gone. And then I said, maybe she's from the neighborhood. Did you call anybody from the neighborhood? And then Nina said, yeah, I told everybody in the neighborhood. I knocked at the door and told everybody, invited everybody. So I'm sure they came and they are gone. So then as Raj was changing his clothes, getting ready to do more cleanup everywhere, As soon as he opened the closet door, that beautiful lady just reappeared, and he was so soaked this time. He literally felt his heartbeat. Heart was racing so fast. Like, where did she come from? And why was she in the closet? They had a huge walk-in closet. And the same thing, she looked extremely beautiful, and she had this mesmerizing smile, and he felt like he was frozen, stuck on the ground. Somehow she made enough courage to go to the door and open and go downstairs, and he told his wife. And then she came with him, and the same thing, she didn't see anything. At this time, they're beginning to feel a little scared, uncomfortable. Anyway, they together finished the work and they went to bed together. And then around 2 a.m., Raj woke up and he heard something downstairs. So he told Nina that let's go downstairs together. I hear somebody, but I wouldn't want to go alone because then I have to come back, call you, and that person will be gone. So as they went downstairs, they saw this most beautiful lady wearing the same clothes, sitting on the dining table and enjoying their housewarming party cake with some ice cream. And all she was doing, looking at them and smiling. And Raj and Nina were frozen solid on the ground. And they were like, couldn't say anything. And then Raj pushed Nina to ask her, where does she live? Everyone is gone. Why is she still here? So Nina said, hi, do you live in the neighborhood? Because party ended around 10 p.m. It ended 9ish. Everybody's gone. So I think you should head home. Your family must be worrying about you. She did not say anything. She just smiled, and they didn't know what to do. So then they were like, okay, so why you're not going home? And she did not say anything. She just kept enjoying her ice cream and smiling, did not say anything. So they said, okay, let's go up there in our room and stay there, and we'll see in the morning if she's from neighborhood or something. So they went to their room, they locked it up, they couldn't sleep, they sat in their bed, and they don't know when they fall asleep, when their bodies were very tired. Next morning they woke up, they together went downstairs, and there was nobody. So then they got their keys and everything, and they went to the neighborhood next door, and they knocked, and they took some cake with them, and then they knocked. An old lady and a man opened the door, say, hello, hi, we had the housewarming party yesterday. I don't believe I have seen you guys there, so here's some cake I brought. And they welcomed Raj and Nina, and they went inside and they sat on their sofa. And as they were looking, and they saw this huge picture stand on the living room, and this was the same beautiful lady on the picture wearing the same clothes. And they just asked, like, who is she? I'm sorry, I hate to ask you the question, but who is she? And then the old man and the lady said, this is our daughter, Jelsa. She used to live in your house before we sold you that house. And then unfortunately, she passed away due to some rare disease. And she passed away very young. She wasn't even married. And then the Raj and Nina were speechless, and they told the old man and the lady about their daughter being in Raj and Nina's housewarming party and eating and staying there. So the old lady and the man say, whoa, that is so strange. But we did rented that place quite some times, and tenant came and go. So that's why we decided to sell it. We were keeping that for 2 years. In 2 years, many tenants came. Most tenants stayed there 2 to 3 months, and then they left, but never told us why they left. They just said they didn't want to stay there anymore. So Raj and Nina went, and then the parents also said that she was actually a very nice person. I don't think she'll be harming you anything. And they said, well, she doesn't harm, but we do feel very uncomfortable, and we don't feel good being around her. So then they went home, and they knew that this was a lady, and they have seen her many times. And then they did very much prayers and blessings, and they just did it really many times, keep doing it. And then couple of years later they sold the house, and then they moved to another neighborhood. So I hope you like the story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll see you with many more. Bye bye. Good night. Sweet dreams.